Hello and welcome to the Fatal 12 demo. I am your host Tinman, and just playing this for a change of pace, I guess. Also, if you just hear me go silent, I'm not doing that all that well, so let's just take this one a bit slowly, shall we? There is a number of terms used to describe a sequence of events that lead to a specific outcome. Some call it life, others call it a story. One is responsible for such during this sequence, such as choices picked, relationships built, and mistakes made. All of that is for the sake of proceeding along a predetermined path. That is the natural order of a world ruled by the concept of fate. Fate never strays from its course, regardless of how cruel it may be. My life and the events in it thus far are simply the product of fate leading me to a certain outcome. That's why I never once given thought to any missed possibilities found along this path. My life was never anything worth talking about in the first place. I never had the luxury of considering the what ifs. After all, I commit myself, life had no do-overs. Once the story ends, that's it. What a cheery protagonist we are. My name is Shishimai Rinka. I did say this was going to be slow. I'm a second year at Amechi Girls University High School, a rather famous all-girls school in the big city. Unlike my middle school, which was a hodgepodge of top students and those who barely showed up for class, this is the realm of refined, wealthy ladies. A realm I clearly don't belong in. In fact, they wasted no time in labelling me a delinquent of sorts. One reason, really the main reason, is the golden streaks in my hair. However, it's my natural hair colour, though the school itself has no issue with it. It's not like I get hassled for it either. It's just a bit too out there for those sheltered students. The main reason I chose Amechi is because it didn't seem to have many regulations in regards to appearance. It turns out they didn't list anything due to its unspoken rules based on a traditional school. I was pretty pissed off when I got treated like a delinquent, despite having not broken any rules at the time. Fewer than 3 months later, I've stopped caring. Much like how I have my own values, the girls here have theirs. I can't understand their viewpoint, so it's only natural they can't understand so it's only natural they can't understand mine. To tell the truth, I was pretty content of making no effort to look at life from another's point of view. That is, until a certain event caused a massive change in my life. It all started on a certain day. It all started on a certain day before Golden Week. Boy, I am not holding up well here. Oh, the protagonist is also... Wait, hang on. I want to drop the background noise a bit here, and maybe the sound effects. Oh, maybe something like that. Oh, that's system effects. Okay, let's give that a go. I relay my observation to Naomi as we pass through the ticket gate.
本当だ。リンカ先輩、よく気づきましたね。駅の時計が止まってるなんて珍しいのに。
I wasn't expecting this to be voiced at all.
だよね。あ、ごめん。ナオミの話遮っちゃったよね。何の話だっけ？
あれですよ、あれ。私も忘れちゃいました。
So this is Hitsuji Naomi, a first year at Amecha. You might assume that I know her from club activities or something, like the student council, but it was coincidence that brought us together. Maybe my junior, but I simply see her as a friend because age difference doesn't matter much to me. We're heading back to my place right now, making our way to the station platform to wait for the train.
ちょっと。
She yelps as she trips over nothing but air. Fortunately, I snag her hand and keep her from falling on her face. Well, she tugs me forward in the process, because she's a bit taller than me, but she manages to regain her balance quick.
すみません。
別に謝ることじゃないよ。
ありがとうございます。
I wonder how Rinka's hair works exactly. If it's blonde on the inside and black on the outside.
それもなんか大げさ。
I'm not sure if it's due to her meek nature or not. But Naomi tends to trip herself up pretty often. She's the kind of girl you look at and suddenly feel an inexplicable urge to protect.
それで、
どうしたの？
えっと、
Oops, I forgot to let go of her hand after catching her.
あ、ごめん。痛かった？
全然痛くはないですけど。
She casts her eyes downwards as she answers. Maybe I squeezed her a bit too tight without realizing it. I let go with her apologetic expression.
その電車が来そうですし、行きましょう。
Oh, nothing bad happens to her. She fixes her glasses, which have become slant after tripping, and then points towards the platform with haste. Situations like this typically lead to a replay of the events from just a minute ago. And there we go.
もう落ち着かないから。
She bumps right into a passerby the moment she starts to walk towards the platform. Even worse, it causes both of them to topple.
すみません。
ごめんなさい。私の後輩が。
I make my way over as they get back to their feet. She bumped into what seems to be a young girl. She seems about the same height as me, but her face is definitely younger. Sometimes Naomi gets mistaken for a middle schooler thanks to her big round eyes, but it's not the case with this girl. What's that suspicious key there?
大丈夫かな？
I notice how pallid her eyes are when I try to speak to her. Her hair's a pure white, but mostly obscured by her hat. She definitely looks young, but her facial features stand out more than your average person's. Especially her eyes. safe to assume that she's a foreigner. Then, that'd mean her hair isn't dyed either. Unlike Naomi, this girl fell backwards. Since Naomi bumped into the girl's back, you'd think she would have fallen face first, but she quickly spun around whilst falling. Not only that, she also made sure to cradle the bag that was on her back. Based on its size, I guess she's here on vacation. Chances are that she's carrying something fragile in there, like a camera. She's by herself too, but I'm assuming she came here with her family and somehow gotten lost. What I thought was a key on her bag at first is actually just a keychain. She hops back to her feet, bag in hand, her glare drilling into me.
Naomi, ほら、ちゃんと謝らないと。
She seems a bit panicked to get up on her own, so I lend her my hand once again.
本当にごめんなさい。あれ、外国の人？私の言葉通じて？こういう時は、sorry? Pardon?
ナオミ、とりあえず落ち着きなって。
She is not happy with this situation, is she? She offers nothing beyond an empty stare as Naomi apologizes and bows her head. She seems like she wants to say something, but for whatever reason opts not to. Eventually she runs off towards the platform without making it clear whether or not she understood our apology. She spins around to face us one more time, but I get the feeling that she locked eyes with me, not Naomi. It's funny, thanks to her unique appearance, she stands out in the crowd. And again, my hair causes me to stand out as well. That's probably how she spotted me so quick. In the end, I was never able to tell if she found her parents or if she had actually come here all alone.
ごめんなさい。
私に謝っても仕方ないって。ま、あの子にもちゃんと謝ったし、怪我もしてないみたいだから大丈夫じゃないかな。とはいえ、気をつけなね。ナオミはいつも焦りすぎなんだから。
石橋を叩いて壊すくらいに慎重に歩きます。
それ意識しすぎて絶対転ぶパターンだから。あの子見えなくなった。
さっきの男の子どうかしたんですか？まさか本当は怪我してたとか。
He actually got hurt?
男の子？いや、女の子じゃなかった？
あれ？でも綺麗な顔立ちだったから女の子って言われても納得です。私また失礼なことを。
The sound of an approaching train rises as our conversation falls. Much like Naomi, we make our way over to the platform.
私たちも行こうか。今度は転ばないでね。
はい。
We make our way onto the train bound for Shinjuku, having largely forgotten about the person Naomi bumped into. Okay, so we'll just call it here for now. Already raising a few mysteries, but that does it for this episode of the Fatal 12 demo. I have been your host Tinman and I'm signing off. Goodbye.